In Belmont, though, coming through army base on the other side. So for the Philippines, they are going around. Indonesia is going to try and get his shots. He does damage, but it's not enough.
Yeah, the timing. Trick just couldn't get up on the wall quick enough, but Setsuna will get the knock onto Algin Box, and it looks like Vietnam are going to abandon him to his feet. But there's Alec on the other side. M249. He's going to get the instant flush and trade as Trick tosses that nade over as well, but Alec's causing a problem.
Yeah, to get out of his hands. We didn't want another doozy, did we? He knows where the position is. The M249 doesn't quite have to get the reload needed. Damage has been done. Now the spot comes around the other side. Great nade will come through. Unleashes the barrage of 5.56, but he knows he's got two in that grenade. It's right on his tippy toes. He gets the knock. Kobe will come in. In Indonesia, find an open. It's north side. We are phase 3 in Argentina, skipping on past Brazil, but they're going into the loving arms of China.
Watch the kill.
Send him to space, man!
Captain's hand gone to? That man has just been sent to space, and Chan will get that kill confirmed. China picking up one, and I'll tell you this, had Argentina got a knock the other way, I would have expected Turkey to maybe get involved in Brazil as well, but for Argentina, your second place team, they have lost 2 already, and it doesn't get any easier from here because the rest of the team are going towards Ukraine.
Come on, UK, you need a big day today. Fex gets one on the board for the team. Tambudo is just escaping the line of sight with one shot remaining, but Dex away from it. Comes round on the other side, but does he go straight in towards the compound he's talking about? Javu has to try and hold out. P90 in hand. Can he get a shot? So it's going to be him. Make the push, and now making the push on towards team neutral. Turkey, though, down to the final bodies. Mesbedo does find an opening, but he finds a huge opening. BL will go down.
Yeah, the nade, though, was brilliant from Kraken, and that's going to get the team trade. 2 Brazilians are down, but not out just yet, as shots are coming in from the far side. Tony moving up to try and get a res, and look at this, USA pushing into neutral. His kick is down, and Kurt and Shrimsy are going to lead the way. Yeah, they divert. They're coming towards the safety of the compound, have the hard cover. Lou has to move around the adjacent side of duty, looking to try and climb. That's a good play from him. He's avoiding the grenades and the mollies that are coming in. And for Turkey, well, they will fall. Spaceman sends another one to outer space. And I think Brazil are going to get everybody back on their feet too. That's big for your lobby leaders, but the nade is going to do a little damage on the Cowboy, but not quite enough. Levante will double down. This nade does even more, but Cowboy still alive, still standing. But guess what? Levante's got one more, but he's a bit more focused on Shrimsy, who he spotted out of the corner of his eye.
Their driving force forward, though, has been decimated at the hands of multiple teams.
The 2 South American teams dealing damage onto Ukraine. Ukraine, they're down to 1. Argentina will fall as DraftKings goes down to the blue. But that might be that for Ukraine, unless the UK has something to say. Feck steps on up, does a ton of damage, but there's the Kraken rising from below.
He does rise from the belly of the beast. He pops up out the smoke, puts down the Welsh Dragon himself. He's going to be careful. The higher he goes, the more he gets exposed. Tony holding Ukraine up, and the confirmation Spaceman is there, and the mortar fire comes in. So more points going the way of China. It allows VAR to get the opening as he works his way around. Sparkin's now down as well. Ferris will open things up here. UK, they've got to drive the leaderboard, and that's going to be kills. Ferris confirms that he's now looking to take on Tony.
Yeah, 1 Brazilian left standing now. Ukraine down to 1. Brazil down to 1. Vietnam down to 1. And Argentina out already. There is movement to be had at the top of that leaderboard as Kraken will just dip down into the depths once more as Fairest will send it deep inside the circle. Let's look on up now because Indonesia and Denmark are going head to head.
Yeah, they are. They're just trying to find a position. They're actually driving away outside of the zone to sweep in and around. Mixon will fall though. Grenade well placed from him, but they are entrenched. The Balti King Ketzer though is keeping his head down. He's going to hear the cars above him, and he's itching to get moving.
Keter is nearly as deep as you can possibly get as Ukraine do fall. No placement points for them. Setsuna, he is going to peel off that strike, and he's going to take down Keter with the Panzerfaust. And for Denmark, it's not looking very good here at all.
He needs it. He needs a helmet. He needs a vest. That opportunity now for them is great. He's got the information. South Korea not too far away. Beamy, and he's going to be there. But again, for Denmark, they are entrenched here. It's difficult for them to peep up and get involved because grenades are coming in, and there's another one. Heaven puts Beamy down.
You dig a hole and an 8 is just going to fall down inside of it. That is exactly what they played for. Gustav, he steps up and across. Gustav will find one, and he uses the porter for some cover. He spots out Jexy on the side, but Denmark are eliminated at the hands of the Finns.
That's difficult. You will now force them out of their rabbit hole. They have to try and make the play. Justice, though, played underneath him, and Justice, though, the Mythos steps up for Team Germany.
Yeah, but he's shut down straight away by AXE as Ares is going to fall, and Justice now is fleeing. He's the last German standing. Blue at his back, Korea in front of him, Finland in front of him. It ain't looking good for the Germans, but 5 points on the board from kills and 1 extra placement. It's a bit better than what we saw yesterday. Jump on the China, and Zhao Wu, he's going to pull the pin of the first nade as he tosses it over towards the tree.
Goes in between the middle of them. Zhao Wu does find Heavenos. That distance grade will go in hand. I think he's seen Gumin though. He's right in front of him. He doesn't actually go for that confirmation. He thinks they're further, and Gumin steps up and Spaceman put down.
Yeah, the Korean fans loving that one, but Heather's been traded on the other side, so Gumin will keep tossing nades, but a great one from Zhao Wu will take him down, and that one gets the flush. Korea being backed up against the blue now. Another nade from Little Ghost, and that's another good one as Heaven manages to just about avoid it.
Uses godly powers just to move that grenade further afield, but they've got to keep down. At what point does VAR get involved? I love this. USA sweep round that south side. They want to get involved. Zhao Wu looking to try and get the confirmation, but looking to try and find the entrenched remaining 2 players. Full force with utility. He's been flashed. He steps up and he gets put down. Can 4 Cowboy able to get 5th place?
Yeah, Cowboy didn't really have many options there, and he thought that he could get in behind China while they were distracted, but unfortunately for him, the Chinese were waiting. 11 kills for them now. Yes, I did take some of these teams out of my fantasy this morning. I definitely do regret it so far, but maybe we'll now see Varda finally dealt with as more utility's been tossed inside that. I know the BC bounced off the lip again.
He's paid for his insurance. He's got home insurance. He finds the head-to-head. Top 4 will go. The numbers are going. Scab opens things up. Heaveno gets scabbed down. Zhao Wu gets a confirmation point. Goes on the board for them. And for the Finn, South Korea will fall. And it's an extra point for Team UK.
And here's Zhao Wu now, they're forcing it towards Finland. The Chinese Red Army getting the work, and Zhao Wu's going to find one. And it looks like Spaceman's been dealt with by Corexi. Sata finds another. It's a 2v1. Vard is still alive and ready to strike. Zhao Wu, though, looks like he's going to step in, and Vard takes him down.
Let's go, Vard, UK. He's going to go his way out. It's down. Opportunity 3 versus 2 versus 1. There are 2 bleeding out. Tim Tam will go. Vard falls in 3rd, and it goes head-to-head. You got the win. You're going to try and get the win in the setter. He has the Famous though, and he has China backed up against Tree.
It's just
the very end of it, and I thought that just the economy alone was going to be too much, but Korea already in the thick of it, and it's going to be against Indonesia.
Yeah, with a VSS, as Poro would say, the very sneaky sniper. I loved it ever since he said that. I love it so much. It's working out so far. Seongjang, though, does come in and try and get things cleaned up. The problem is, though, Korea, yeah, okay, you've got 2, but you've also lost 2 as well. And this is not close to the circle. This is a very similar situation to our Argentina-Finland scenario in one of our Erangels. But you need to finish this fast and then get those blue chips and get going. This circle's far away from you.
Setsuna doesn't have much to work with here. You can see a very low economy fight in comparison to what we were just talking about inside the end of the last game. So Human's going to be on the other side of the VSS, really just about all you've got and running out of bullets for it fast. But Seongjang doesn't have much to work with either. Going to go ahead and reload, get a full magazine before whatever is going to be going on, as we are over here next to Yasnaya. Finn's just to the north of it, but probably not going to path back this direction. How much is Korea? I mean, this is all really just a fight over blue chips if I had to take a wild guess.
Yeah, at this point, almost certainly. Just get rid of it as fast as possible. But the thing is that Indonesia, I'm actually very surprised that Setsuna's moved out of this building. That's very bold indeed. But they do find Seongjang. If Korea loses this out to Indonesia, I don't know what to say. Normally, you would put way more stock in South Korea, this roster, winning things out against Indo. But Gumin, look at this, using the car, trying to find another angle here, trying to move it forwards whilst he can also shoot as well. They're trying to shoot at his toes whilst he does make this maneuver. But I don't know, this has gone really badly for South Korea, Matt.
I mean, Indonesia doesn't have anything else except for SMGs. They've got to get in close, and they know it. Setsuna's going to go ahead and roam back around the other side of it, see if he can get on the other angle for it. He's just got to go for a couple of blind sprays, but Gumin's got to punish it. And, I mean, whenever your economy is this low, you're just trying to make something happen. The VSS now down to, what, 15 rounds? Something like that?
10, I think. 10. This is dire now. Like, I don't think this is going to work on out. You would bet on Gumin here. He needs to get in here and make this work. Only 6 shots remain. The VSS is out in the open. You've got a chance here. Can you take it, Indonesia?
Trick, you've got to hit this. You've got near on nothing left. 2. You know, 2 bullets left.
1, 2.
Can't get the tap. He's out. He's got nothing. And Gumin, I think he's realized.
He's pushing. He is pushing after that reload. As I guess counting the bullets. Okay, picks up way more bullets, moves up to the tree as well. What is this fight? What is going on?
Okay, the outer wall right now for Trick could provide something. Yeah, he's just going to go ahead and retreat away. Now he's got the double up. He's got long range, sneaky sniping, and close range vector. I dare you to come forward, human. You're going to have to deal with so much SMG.
God, what a delay. What a delay here for these two players. If you can get the 4 kills and somehow get yourselves out, brilliant. But Human sacrificed his vehicle, pushed up on the tree. There ain't no way to move off this tree unless you're exposing yourself. Now, Trick looking for a very tricky angle.
There's a new problem on the economy with Trick. He doesn't have much meds. He's got a couple of bandages. So these blue zone is actually going to do a lot of work. But on the other side of it, Human has nothing.
Nothing at all. They're
just having to wait against each other.
Just a few. He's got, of course, the blue zone backpack as well as a few ticks of any kind of stims that are going on. As now Trick realizes, in these, actually those pots usually have a lot of meds in them. So this could be the perfect little play for him to do this. That said, though, it's much harder now for him to get back on the roof if he wants to keep the angle. Did see him moving, though, in third person. Goes for the peek out onto the wall. He has so much more cover to work with here compared to Human. Technically, Trick should win this fight out every single time, but he's not been able to take him down despite all of these transitions. Moves up onto the car. Goes for Trick, does finish him off. South Korea is out.
That was a desperate situation for both those squads, and Indonesia is the squad that comes up on top. Get just completely caught by Vietnam if they weren't careful there. Ukraine just going to make the run right into Denmark along the coastline, using a couple of these little craters, running right up into position. This is a strong point in the circle, especially given the fact that the circle changes, and so it might not pop away from this water.
I'm going to be honest, across our 7 games so far, I feel like wider splits or even some close 2-2s in some instances are way more volatile than they are in our normal PGSs and things like that, because we're seeing some real mad dashes from so many of these teams. It seems just a little bit more unrefined.
Their feet back underneath them and figure out where they go next. Philippines going to be coming on the other angle for it. Brazil's trying to make landfall into the circle, running right up next to the United Kingdom. Sparking finds 2 of them off of that push. Great play coming up from Brazil early in the game.
Yeah, nice. That's going to have to be Great Britain falling back from this. I don't think they can take this fight anytime soon. Tony drives forwards, takes down Michael, crashes on forwards, Dukes of Hazzard style here as Biel looking for just a little bit more and takes down Great Britain. That would be good for them. Are they going to try and go for a building or something like that? Vard is still in this car. Kiss, he knows he's there. Oh, goes for the shots. Takes a bit of damage himself. That's actually coming from the opposite side here as Ukraine's shooting in on this transition. They do take away Vard. He's gone. Great Britain down. But now all of these teams going for what is the big send into some of these spots.
Looked like China was running right towards the shack, but it's going to be Brazil that kind of pushes them off on a different angle. China having no real good stopping point. Looks like they're just going to kind of split up other sides of the guard shacks.
This is... Okay, so... Yeah, sorry, CJ. You're going to get found here, I think, mate. No. No!
The turtle strategy works.
Come back! Guys! Neutral! Hello! Woo! Okay, so CJ's gonna strike pounce here on him, and Luke comes around the corner for the save. Okay, that's really good. I like that. But the thing is, I don't think I've ever seen this many teams in Primorsk, Matrim. This is actually wild.
No. This is ridiculous. What we've got right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how you define it, about 6. Here comes the Finns, right on the edge of the zone. Got a red zone on top of them to boot. Vietnam's going to be gatekeeping one side, USA on the other. So at least there's open territory, so you don't have to deal with all the other squads. These hills kind of keep everybody from Primorsk going after you, but...
Same transitionary move that Philippines did just minutes before. The Diffex, though, does take down Little Ghost, not bad at all. Ukraine and China now embroiled in a bit of a fight. Tiantian with the Dragonov responds against it, but Little Ghost has been stolen away by Sparking here, so hey... You know, I thought maybe Brazil might let off the pedal here in game 2. Not the case at all.
I mean, Brazil's got the widest territory of control, really, whenever we look at Primorsk. They're gatekeeping out China and forcing the firefight between them and Ukraine. The rest of the lobby is going to really love the fact that...
It's off against Delwyn, but there's a lot of casualties here. I think Finland realized that there were some on the side of Vietnam and they were weakened by all of this, but can Himas save it?
He put in some work to force him off of that angle. See Finland just trying to see if they can secure whatever they could. Almost flushed out his own teammate, but hey, you know, take out the other person, get some control over it, because this is a very strong compound in this circle because there's not much left. And everybody on Primorsk has to get out, but he gets spotted. Himas pops off.
Good stuff by Himas. Can he get the full cleanup here? He really needs this done fast so he can get Delwyn up, maybe. knowing that maybe Kirexi might actually push on this. So he's going to go for the res, though. Smart move, I think, considering the proximity where he's at the moment. Kirexi, I think, may have been called now. There is no push coming this way, so he can get a Sata. Could end up being a 2v2 here if Himas and Delwyn don't move straight away.
USA just on the outside of this. If they realize that they could pounce, this could be big for them as well. Very weakened squads down inside these compounds right now. A couple of peeks. Kirexi trying to make something magical happen for him. They can't find the angles just yet. Everybody from Vietnam's doing a good job on avoiding the angles, and there is Shrimsy taking the shots, making it difficult for Kirexi. Delwyn on the other side of it does get a knock. It's all just down to Kirexi. He does get the knock on a 1v1, both sides through the window. Kirexi gets a lot of damage, but it's hard to peek around. Does he go for the door? Can't quite find it. Full retreat coming up from Himas.
Yeah, I think the comms to Sata there were he was initially trying to block the door, and then he was like, okay, well, I might need to use it, move out of the way just a second, but he's come back now, goes for a res once again.
Now put them on top of each other, and it's an absolute mess. Turkey now starting to get a lot more focus. It is going to be Argentina and Ukraine now on the hunt.
Yeah, timer on a lot of these teams on the eastern side. We missed quite a bit of it, of course, but it was going to be just bedlam over here. So now Argentina will send some smokes forwards, also with the smoke launcher as well, trying to encroach on the position here of Turkey. And maybe try and get their friend back up as well. But Ukraine from the distance, Boostic will actually steal this one away. So now still they're trying to move through what is the tail end of the long woods. It's going to be difficult though here because there's so many teams just in this one location.
And you can see that Germany's ready. They've led out of their circle control position, instead coming out, and everybody is just funneled in. Ukraine really can't hunt the way that they want to hunt because they still have Spaceman still alive from China back behind them. They know that that could be looming. Brazil is still just on the other side of the hill.
Can Germany capitalize? Can they, off the back of having a circle advantage in all of this here? Justus does take down Pippa, and now Ukraine is falling on the other side of it. I don't know, though, whether or not Ukraine can live a little bit longer. Fairest, who's been a phenom here for the team, has a FAMAS in hand. Can he get a little bit more off the back of this? It's Chris sees him from the BRDM. Oh, no, Fairest. I think, yeah, I completely agree with this. Go out into the blue, try and get yourself a flush here or there. Goes find Captain. I think he knew he was gone, so he went out into the blue to find any point he could.
Yeah, I mean, he was dead. He knew it. Get that one more point. Make sure you secure it. Don't give it over to anybody else. We still have Spaceman that's going to be coming up right back behind Draft King, so that's going to be about all she wrote for him in just 1 second. Yep, but Blue Zone's going to go ahead and finish off Spaceman, and that means that Germany's got control over everything to the east. Brazil's kind of moved down below it. There you go. Himas finally gets taken out, and USA finding some kills.
Yeah, I think they realized it was time to spring the trap. Time to get rid of these players here and carve out this side of the map for you. Depending on if this circle goes west or east, if it goes west, USA might have themselves a ticket to a free win for this one against Brazil. Once again, Kar98 in hand for Chris. It's Lou on the other side of things here. Good shots coming in. Knows that Brazil's between them as well. Goes for the Molotov straight into that smoke. That could be perfect.
Okay, see how it falls, just a bit too short, but there's a lot of utility still to be thrown. The way that this circle is now laying, it is going to be neutral with having a high ground position and the only high ground that's going to be remaining inside this. A lot of open territory. Nade's just going to roll down right on top of Brazil. That means the northern section of Brazil's got to deal with Germany, and it is going to be problematic. BRDM going to be a big issue as Brazil does hit the shots. Chris goes down. USA gets some vision on it, but they're still caught up with everything going on with Kirexi.
You're doing a lot of work there. Tony down now, and for the rest of the lobby, they're hoping that Brazil gets shut down in this moment. 8 kills, 75 points now, moving up towards the top, thanks to the fact that Kirexi is down. That's another placement point there going towards Brazil. And the thing is, Biel still has an angle here with these little windows. Cheeky boy. Come on, Germany. You've got to get rid of Brazil here. But on the other side of these circles, I don't know. This is all looking a whole lot like neutral finally going to come alive.
I love it. Biel runs in. He steals the BRDM away from him. He says, nah, man, you're not going to be able to do that to me. Runs it down the hillside. There's not very many places he can go. Can he get distance away from neutral? Because this is the open section of the circle that nobody's going to want to play. This is safety for him now.
I've never seen a BRDM run away so fast. That was absolutely wild.
And neutral's just doing so much work. And Biel wants vengeance.
No!
Yes!
Oh my god, BL, what a play. The BRDM steal into running over Germany. It's perfect coming out. That said, though, Panzerfaust in the hand of a doozy. Could the dream come to a crashing halt here for BL? Americas is going to be shooting at it. They're driving on past. They're trying to get themselves to position themselves here towards where neutral is. They are taking damage on that, though. A doozy goes for the spray against the tree position. Levante takes down Cowboy.
There we go, Levante. It was only a matter of time before we knew neutral started to pop off. Nades roll down into USA's face. They hold it for long enough. Here comes the BRDM. BL is just a beast. Final Brazil, they are putting in the work.
They might get second place off of this. I cannot believe it. What a play by BL to take the BRDM. It's now burning. He's gone. USA will take at least second. But what a play. If I'm Trimsy in this moment, I think one of the only ways you actually win is getting yourself a lucky arm shot through some of that smoke and then really causing like a delay on neutral. But they're already getting range with those nades against Purdy Curdy, and he is down. It's all on Trimsy now to do something. Yeah, I think that it was a far cry's chance for America to be able to make something happen from this. A neutral now is looking to put in the boot.
I mean, it's Trimsy. He can make something big happen, but this is just so outnumbered. And remember, this is phase number 7, so neutral doesn't even really have to go after Trimsy, but they're going to. They know that they've got the numbers. They're going to push forward. Trimsy and his shack. Is the nade going to be enough? Maybe he can get a knock off of it.
Levante takes down Purdy, and now they're taking all the angles. A great spray from Trimsy here against a doozy. But honestly, if I was Trimsy at this point, I mean, even just a flush would do.
Fight here. Looks like Chris is going to crash in. It's 2v2.
Yeah, they were the first down, the first one of the teams to find safety. They leave it late. Argentina already here. Panzer, well, it's sent to Narnia, but doesn't get a connection. They charge in. Paint gets confirmation as well, but they go down. Second one before. Argentina are in bits.
Yeah, and the thing is, because there's still Argentinian players alive, the rest of Argentina have to commit, so Germany should be trying to follow up, and that's exactly what they're going to do. But DraftKing, he's going to step over, but it's BL third party in the action, almost getting the knock onto DraftKing, but he just about gets inside, so all these teams do damage. And here's the Danes as well, because why the hell not?
Well, center compound. This is key. This is critical, especially with the zone shift. Payne does get his first confirmation on the board. We got with the Panzer. Does get it as well. It's Chris. Explosive into his. But he now has to give the information, has to get the call. And it's Justice. But he's outside in the open.
Yeah, and he's going to go pro now. Does he go for the red? I think he's going to go for the flush, but stepping out is Pipa. Pipa gets it done. But there is the trade. 2 teams wiped in the blink of an eye. Denmark are able to take advantage. And I like that, right? Denmark.
Boys rains fire onto China.
Kurt's going to rain fire, though, as well, alongside Cowboy, as they do real damage onto the Philippines. Like I said, not here for a long time, but always here for a good time, as Kick will get another one. Kurt falls as well. I think that leaves Alec as the last one alive, and he's just sending it on in. USA, they want some points.
So our chasing Kick leading the charge, though. Alec has pulled up, though. He goes for the seat swap, and Kick puts him back in his place.
Where the PAS teams are in such a good spot. And that, how did that Panzer not get the kill?
Yeah, I'm questioning that one, but the grenade comes in, Sparkin charges out. Indonesia take a tumble as well. So Sparkin's looking for the additional point, and he does find it. So that's now number 3 for Team Brazil.
Yeah, Team Brazil coming under pressure now. Setsuna will send shots that way from Indonesia, but 2 kills already for Sparking, 3 for Brazil, 1 of course being from Vietnam in the early stages. They just continue to grow that lead mark.
They don't find the breather. Yeah, though knows he's being pressured here. He's got the Panzer right in the face of Batulis. It's not one. Oh my God, it's 2. Can anyone put this man down?
Well, Levante can. What indeed. That was Sparking's going to fall, but here come the rest of Brazil. 3 kills on the board already. 2 neutral players still standing. Tony, do you flush the kills, or do you stay in the fight, or do you go for the res? That's another really viable option here inside the smoke as Levante fires on the other side. Kraken, he's going to get caught out by Ketter, leaving it all down to Tony. And yes, Tony, we know you're great, but you got a lot of work to do to take down these neutral players. And actually, it's just Lou.
I can't believe he did that.
They're great.
Tony, well, he's shown us that he can put 4 down as a solo anyway. He's got a little bit of a mountain to climb. The mortars coming in. Indonesia not too far away. Denmark taking the third party. Batalions has been confirmed out. The shots come over the top, and Brazil step out. Indonesia, that's a big play, not just for their team, but for the whole lobby.
But can Indonesia put even more pressure on now to neutral, who have got a res happening inside the smoke? But Indonesia stopping Brazil. But even though they're out, Mark, they still got 5 points. Like, it's a bad game by their standards, but they've still increased their lead.
And arguably their point average, which is better than some of the other teams at the moment. So yes, they're out there, making a little bit of a rest. Zone, it doesn't rest though. It goes down towards the south, and we have a divide. So there's a lot of water that comes in from that south side. Being aggressive and take him, or they're going to have to load up in the back of the car. But Zhou finds Rimsey, Purdy finds Tian, and Spaceman, well, goes for that confirmation. There's a bit of a hit and run here for China.
On a bike, by the way, so that could get really bad as Levante. He gets one, narrowly gets a second, but Sata will shut him down. Scavaexi and Sata will get Kurexi back on his feet, but for neutral, you've lost one, and you might get a couple of players back in the fight, but that is not what you want as Lou just desperately tries to outrun the blue and bandage up.
Yeah, it's phase 3 though, so they have to. And I'd also argue, announced Ukraine for the finals. They've been thereabouts, but it's not always been enough. Not like this man here. Gustav though charging over Keta again with another bolty shot as a doozy. Well, he gets down first and puts Little Ghost out one more time.
Yeah, tricks dealt with, and the rest of the Denmark are now going to provide some reinforcements. You've got just ahead of this fight a couple of players from Finland and Turkey. Remember, somebody said you were crazy for saying that Keter was one of the best bolties in the world. He has backed you up big time over the course of this.
Shot off.
As you look at it, Korea have got a real chance to move up from 7th place in the leaderboard with the south of the circle.
Oh my God, B, mate.
All themselves. That second nade was almost a thing of beauty as well.
He launched a blue zone as well, didn't he? Turkey up. No, not too far away. It's a difficult push. It's quite open terrain, and they obviously have hard cover. And the option of giving it up to go find points is something you might want to look at. Boostix finds Delwyn, beaming. Let's find another one on towards Finland. Krixi will go down, and for Ukraine, they take the opportunity. Everyone's diverted to reinforce and take the lead in charge. As unfortunately for Team Ukraine, it's 11th place for them. Another no-showing game, unfortunately.
Oh, good blue zone, good blue zone. The res has just come off, but that's going to cause a few problems for UK if that bloom happens quick enough. Michael, don't dip back that way. You're going to step into the blue as Michael will take down Sata. But UK still not done yet. Great nade on the Belmont as Thailand. It just goes from bad to worse. It's Mixon getting the double.
Gonna look for the scenes while don't give it over. Yeah, now lock it in. He'll get out of there. Mixon says I'm out of there. Oh, he gets put down. Tigger jumps out, finds one. Now finds that confirmation as well. Thailand now up to 4. Said they need a salvation game as they have to undig the BRDM.
Yeah, but they're still alive, and that's the main thing. 2 players up, 2 players down. USA, they wiped out Ukraine while all that was going on as Vard turns his attention to Turkey, and what a circle that is for Korea again. And, you know, you and I said they were in a great position earlier. James even said he thought they were going to win when there was only 4 teams eliminated. It would be really difficult for Korea to not win this game when you look at the dispersion of teams in the circle. Look, I always say a good team is supposed to win the games that they're supposed to. Korea is supposed to win this game. It might not be 30, 40, great name. Might not be 30, 40 points, Mark, but they will probably get at least 10 for the placements. And what a backup that is from T-Bone. UK is still swinging.
Oh, let's go. T-Bone activated. Looks for the second now as it gets that confirmation. Turkey in problems. Denmark fall, 9th place for them. Difficult to live in the center of the circle with Thailand running around with their BRDM. So flattened over one more. Team UK finds Belmouth and Vexto holding the anchor, gets put down.
Yeah, and Thailand got all 4 players back up as well, which is so important for them as Shilla on the other side for Turkey is looking to get it done, firing off the Pika bus. Come on, get the foot down, get that acceleration. The empty click might have just saved his life. He's down to 1 HP in a dream, but Belmoth elsewhere tosses an 8 onto Shilla.
I say, you saw him taking the shots and the grenade comes rolling in. Vard trying to go for that jump to get any information he can. Can't go that way. Blue zone's there. Himasto gets Vard down, so he falls not just to the blue, but to Vietnam as they are still not in zone. They're taking the high ground advantage.
Yeah, Metabay, just get out and confirm these extra points for the team. Shilla's not really in a position that you can go for that res as you hear the Vietnam chants once more. T-Bone, he's going to try and confirm out his own kill as well. And this information gets fed across to Metabay. Metabay gets the angle, gets the kill. So by T-Bone confirming the kill, he actually wrote his own epitaph and he fell as well. So
his South Point, the rest of the guys have to come closer. It does find Tigger though, but Tamvu finds Scappy on the other side. And Kiss lurking in the wings. He now looks to activate. He comes out with a bang.
Oh, Korea, do not go down like this. They deal with Vietnam. It's neutral that does that one, as Lou's able to do some real damage, but Korea battling with the tie. Belmoth is still alive, but this could be a signal for other teams to get involved. He's the last player standing. Nade getting tossed by Xiongjiang. Is he going to land it on the spot? It looks like it's good. It's Heaven that does it with a Panzer, though.
Go with it.
Oh, no,
not interested. Not interested. Spaceman finds Purdy. It's down to Cowboy. Looking for that confirmation. Korea should get a complete green light now. They're in the cars. They're sending it. Cowboy, he's on the back foot. You can hear the cars coming his way. Can he dig deep? He's a young gunner, but he's an all-star.
It's gotta hide. You gotta hide. Maybe get a 1v1 here at the other side. Spaceman's trying to confirm with the kill, but Cowboy, he's got a nade. You can see the smoke being thrown. The nade is perfect as Cowboy wrangles in one. Can he whip out another one? Tosses that nade off into the distance as Korea will sustain a loss. It's a 3v1v2 mark.
Yeah, Heavens wraps in behind him as well, so he's got time, but hasn't got time ticking. Sees the car, but has to juggle multiple.
They ain't gonna get that point.
That's right. And he helps out Purdy with the information. Cowboy gets another one. And he looks to get point, but he overpeaked slightly. Heaven is going to be there. They now know exactly where Cowboy is. Back into the car, back towards zone. And it's a 4 versus 1 versus 1. South Korea look to get one of their bodies back in the fight.
Yeah, they're going to go for that res, so this is kind of opportunity lost, but I suppose Cowboy did get the point onto China. If he can find that other kill onto Spaceman, he might actually get himself a 2-pointer, but Spaceman, he gets a knock onto Korea, so the Korean team are starting to get picked apart. They've spread themselves very thin, and suddenly it's a 3 versus 1v1. If Cowboy can find another knock onto Korea, and they're trying to play a 2 here, this could be a huge throw.
This could be a huge throw, but it's a huge climb, and it's a climb from the Cowboy. Saddle up and lock in. He wants to get more points because they're currently in 4th. Cowboy leading the charge.
No way.
It's a confirmation. 9 kills for Team USA, and a 4 versus 2 versus 2 is going down to 2 solos and a dangerous duo from Korea.
Stones, he's tossing smokes, and an angle opened up by Spaceman, but he's not taking the shots just yet. He wants a kill shot confirmed before he fires. He needs help, but he's actually going to take down his biggest ally. Spaceman will deny Cowboy, and it's a 1v2, and has Spaceman just given the win back. 10 kills for China now. They're on 64 points, but I still wouldn't rule them out for the win.
Talk about rags to riches from Team USA. I said a climb, and Cowboy, yeehaw, mate, all the way up there to 4th. Point of this, if he can get rid of Guman, he can obviously swing his way around towards that south, but the south's going to cause a problem. The shield's trying to survey up, those shots coming through, and it's a South Korea
being shot from the back, so they're going to hit the warehouse as quickly as possible, navigate around some of those lines of sights that were coming in from behind, maybe divide and conquer as quickly as possible against them. Setsuna with the Uzi tries to do damage, but Code Marco takes him with the Panzerfaust. Here comes Indonesia here to try and reinforce.
I love the Panzerfaust play there. Just make sure to shut down anything before it starts. Take a second, get control over the territory around you. Queen is still off on a different angle to the side of this, kind of supervising what's going to go on.
Here comes a little transition from them. They all want to get together. That's putting into it exactly the same spot, though. I don't know if this is going to work out. Metabay just drives on past, takes down Queen. I think... Yeah, I don't know why they regrouped on that spot. I mean, maybe it's because they lost one early and they had no other answer, but this just felt like a death sentence for them.
I mean, Metabee, you got to give respect. That was a bold play coming out, but USA looks like they're trying to exploit it. Couple of shots don't connect the way that they want. Does USA stay committed in it? Do they go on the hunt after Turkey? Because Turkey is just separating. They're going every single direction. They know that they're low economy, but doesn't matter. Code Marco spots, gets one of them down. Point pops off, and now Celtic is returning.
Like a trapdoor spider, just launching themselves at Purdy as soon as he drives past. And that was good stuff by Code Marco. And Turkey, where are we going here for this one? Making an entry point on this northwest side. Straight up against Vietnam, though, as Tanvu does get some nice shots in there. But the rest of the reinforcements need to come in fast. Turkey's going to be able to hit this quite quickly. Metabay does go down. Code Marco trades it in kind. We reinforcements. Instant for the flush here. Turkey is voracious on this one. Oh, no.
I was pretty shocked. I thought that it was going to be just a great defense coming up from Vietnam, but they were not expecting that angle. The defense just doesn't come up the right way. Brazil now looking like they wanted to try to third party that. The yellow's going to go ahead and come off, but that is a great set of utility nade and blue zone. We're stacked on top of each other. 2 players for Turkey down, and what looks so good has suddenly turned into a big problem.
I've never seen like 4 blue zones in the same location. If Celtic was going to try and heal through anything, it definitely wasn't that. That was brutal. Code Marco, though, now does have Panzerfaust in hand. Can he make something happen from here? Delwyn going around the corner. This could be perfect. Hitting at the same time as Himas. Maybe the Panzerfaust has been put away, so he'd need to reload it. Even if he goes straight once again, he does go for the reload. Finds some time for it. Himas has knocked Celtic completely. They're in the same building. Oh no.
Delwyn on the outside, and Himas is just running around in the thick of everything. Code Marco can't quite trace the footsteps. He doesn't even realize Turkey goes down. Vietnam defends this very efficiently. Sure, they do lose several, but with Panzerfaust, the way that was going off the start, it felt like Vietnam was just going to lose everybody.
Yeah, the Vietnam crowd goes wild. There is technically a world where they could get the blue chips and go back into the north of Hacienda and get that up, but we'll see here in just a moment's time as now everything's going to kick off. Heaven does knock, but Tulin's on a great couple of shots there here as he does just dip behind the kill. He will be able to get Lou to be able to pick him back up, though, but those are some good shots once again here by Heaven.
Circle's pretty settled already. Down in the south, we've got Ukraine, USA, new circle pops, and it's going to be great for Denmark, Korea, even China. Whenever we look at it, there's going to be a lot of squads up to the north that are going to want to try to rotate. That could be China's only big problem. So Graveyard now going to be the focal point for a lot of these rotates, and with neutral and Korea stacked on top of each other, it's going to be hard for them to defend.
By the looks of things. Easy pick.
Crane peek one side. It's going to be Pippa externally, but also Vard does get the counter knock onto Ferris, so Ukraine with their foot push is going to have to deal with Argentina other side of this one. Great Britain's tail end just kind of catching a little bit of that aggro, but Pippa just popping off right now.
Pippa popping. Okay, I'll take that. That's good. I like that. We've got Draft King as well finishing it off. It's Argentina also. Similar points to those boys at the moment. Looking on the warpath here to try and dislodge Ukraine from this position. Already with another knock down here. Can they get Ferris back up? That'd be important. But Hakatori and Boosted, that's a duo you don't want to go up against.
Argentina has left Pippa back.
King and the boys trying to get rid of Ukraine as much as possible. Just Boostic left alive. A little bit of damage done, but they know where he is. They should be able to shut him down from here, surely.
I mean, Boostic's going to make it painful. He's going to try to get at least one of these, if not more. Does get the knock on one.
Two.
Gets a second one. You cannot come after this squad. Ukraine just has so much firepower. It looks like he already has an idea on where the footsteps are on the other side of the wall, waiting to see how approaches. Finds the third.
No.
Boostic just absolutely massacring Argentina.
One more left. Can he do it? Oh, he knows exactly where he is now. Shots have been taken. He has to heal. There's no way you can peek that once again here. Charges up a nade, thinking that he might actually push through on the other side, just to completely annihilate neutral here. But that is so important. If Boostic can just somehow weather this storm, does get the heal off, buy some time with nades as well. Can he do a 1v4? Oh, 55.
Ooh, it just forces a full retreat. Does he know? Peeks around the angle, catches him going for the meds. Boostic just demolishes Argentina. Can you even go? Great Britain on the other side. Germany directly in front of you. Korea just peppering on shots on the other side. It's just damage control, trying to get the reses back up. The blue zone's going to be rolling in. Carr narrowly misses him. Could have just finished him right there. Luckily, the bounce works out. Looks like they're at least going to try to get Shrimsy up, maybe to deny a point. I don't know.
I'm still reeling from Boostic. That was absolutely amazing. Kickstart does go down to Fex and likewise Shrimsy. Well, they'll be able to answer back here against Fex as well. So at least it's a 1-for-1 at the moment here, but everyone's just taking some Furic damage that is going to cause them huge problems later on. Hakatori back up on the road. Oh yeah, we're on Boostic camera again, but no, the nades will shut him down. Here, Great Britain manages to do something from the jaws of defeat.
They're running in, now tied up with Turkey. Still got a couple points before they catch up to Finland. Korea finally has one of their players go down. Guman kind of caught out there. Korea still has to push into the circle, and it is going to be a lot of squads trying to get vengeance back on a very active Korea through these earlier stages. Germany going to be the forefront right along the line, but Heather's going to drop the name onto Justice. At the distance, though, Denmark's already got a full-on bead and focus onto Korea's positioning.
Crimsy, you're bleeding out soon as well. Seeing if you can even just get the finish off on a flush or anything like that. Not going to be the case at all, though. Nades forwards here from Heather. Can Korea make something work here from this south side? Trying to just focus on the kills and not necessarily the transitions, I think is kind of important. It's going to be difficult to transition in north into this circle. That's a nice nade. Oh, from Ares, and does knock him straight from the skies. The God of War being able to do quite a lot.
That is where we see Korea falter there, and that's going to leave them at 64 points. China has It's all going to be on firefighting for Brazil, but you can see it's just nades denying any form of movement.
Oh,
That's going to be just right on top of the Kraken, yeah.
That car, actually, I think bounced towards the duo there as well of Brazil, so you got to be very, very careful about that. But Allenbots does take down the Kraken. Meanwhile, China now tries to make a bit of a move themselves. Sparking takes down Tian Tian. Let's see if any more can happen. No, Little Ghost will respond here, but Denmark decides, you know what? That's Lynx AMR's not done enough work just yet.
I mean, Denmark is taking aggressive control over the circle. They're running down into Germany with 2, keeping 2 up to the north as well. Finding some successes, 5 kills that they're working with right now. How much more control can they take over the circle? Because now Philippines have just jumped in using the distraction that China and Brazil fighting made.
It's 5 with 239 damage. So again, we watched as some of those steals came in with the Lynx AMR. Yeah, okay.
It passed. Now Philippines, they don't really have that same option. They've got to deal with either Great Britain or Thailand on top of them, and Agent does spot off one. Scappy already down.
All these teams know it's a very important catch-up game. Just as with the Car 98 again, Scappy was able to take that away. Great Britain is gone. But now, it looks like if Thailand and Philippines end up murdering one another on this side of the circle, Denmark will start exerting a lot of control here from that west side into the middle as well. As long as they don't spring the trap of Germany on themselves. Xeres does confirm Kiss. Yeah, Avenger knows that potentially this one could be in the bag.
They've got every side. Thailand doesn't have the best angle into it, but Belmont's been waiting. Finds one. That was working again. No, that was CG just right on top of him.
There was a car on him. You can't park there, mate. That's ridiculous. This nade gets charged up here by Tigger as well. I think he's actually nading a position where it technically would kill his friend off as well. And yes, it does. Belmoth goes down to Tigger's nade, but he was trying to get the confirm. But Keta with the Lynx AMR again. It's been the full story of this game. He just has not missed one of the 10 shots yet.
Every single time, he just binding it. Justice is going to go down. Denmark's taking more and more control over this. Ares now just on one side, Aya on the other, and the whole circle is now starting to belong to them. Philippines can't find a path into the circle in the slightest. Tigger is just doing such a great job in staying alive in this dip, and the Philippines can't figure out how to deal with him.
No, everybody is getting absolutely ransacked for this one.
Now, against the world, it looks like Algin's going to spot out one. Ares is going to go down. This is just pretty much, can the solos do anything else to each other? Because Tigger's just got eyes on Algin.
Yeah, very unlike our career situation in the previous south side of the table.
This is big points for Denmark.
Speed, because you never know what's going to happen. Kurt, though, he's going to catch Emmy as the USA are fighting Argentina. Capitan have bailed. You lose Emmy, but for the US, right on cue, they managed to pick up a point on the board.
Fire from Ukraine. They're praying, they're hoping for it to come back here. T-Bone hits the shots though towards, but it's Code Marco that will find the opening. Vard is not too far away. He provides a blow back, looking for the grenade to follow up though, looking for 2.
Yeah, that nade could actually do a lot of damage, but unfortunately for him, it just bounced the wrong way. Celtic's going to arrive on the spot as well as Code Marco tries to go north to wrap his way around Michael. Basically, these two teams trying to play a game of chess. I love Michael and Marco's thought process, but Michael's out of the car first here, Michael could draw first blood, and he does.
Right. He does draw first blood though. Vard on the coattails though, as actually the molly does get Celtic. So I like the pressure applied here from Turkey, but it's not going to be the case. Indonesia, they've been in the kill feed a lot. They've been hunting teams down, and the zone hunts its way back down towards Team Ukraine. They've got a massive split, and like Indonesia, they need to take the fight to these teams.
Yeah, Turkey are trying to go full retreat now, but Vard will wipe them out. Team at UK, they get 4 kills. Vard's going to get inside the circle, but that's pretty good for UK. But Setsuna, he's there. He gets that knock on defects, and he's in a rush to flush it. Indonesia, they just can't stay out of trouble for too long.
No, they're pushing it. They're applied. They've migrated before the zone shifted. They wanted to take this fight. Michael finds safety behind the rock, trying to find out where the shots are coming, but multiple the Indonesian players are coming his way. He peeks his head above the precipice, though, takes a huge amount of damage, and he's 2 for 2.
Setsuna again, getting more damage. Vard, though, he'll try to catch out Trick as he sends it in towards the blue, and Vard will get that knock on to Trick. But Indonesia pushing onto the last Brit standing. How often is it Vard? It nearly always is Vard. But Setsuna, Indonesia, they want to get the job done, but it's another for Vard.
Oh, so close. He had the opportunity to dip back or try and get the kills. It's not going to be the case. Red Zone is coming in, but so is Team Germany. They are flanking full speed down to the south.
Yeah, Ketter's going to get the res off that moving tank, and Delwyn, he's going to creep, he's going to crawl, he's getting closer and closer. Panzer fired, and well, bye-bye, Scav. I can see that coming a mile away.
Yeah, straight through the field. So Finland, they have to react to this one. Grenades will go straight out. Grenade comes back in, and they have to try and apply pressure, try and stop this push, though. Grexy actually with the BRDM rolling back, able to kind of sneak here, do a BL move, and actually save it. Still keeping it in the hands of Team Finland.
Yeah, Delwyn's going to get dropped off by that mortar as well, and you can see the UA's hidden, but Corexy's back inside the BRDM, but it is just a few shots away from being removed from play, but he's desperately trying to get up the scav to get his teammate back on his feet.
Yeah, it's good play. Let's see if he can avoid the mortar fire. They'll launch them forward. The zone is going to shift. This is obviously full in the rice fields. Team USA, as you can see, now coming in that northeast corner. They're going to cause some problems. Philippines obviously storing the wing, but it goes straight back to the town. Urban ending potential here for match number 10.
Oh, Yang, that's the circle we're going to. Ukraine, Thailand, Brazil inside the small city, but a lot more teams will suddenly be hitting that goal.
But DraftKings does find Cowboy. Purdy takes a huge amount of damage, launches a grenade through, but uses the opportunity now just to get a move as Kit gets the knock.
Yeah, Capitan's going to fall, leaving it all down to DraftKings now, and he needs to hold the line against the US, but it's Kickstart that gets him. And down fall Argentina. They are going to finish the day on 57 points. Very poor day by Argentina's standards, but for USA, starting to come to life, 63 points and counting. Join the fight as he's back inside, and Delwyn's coming in as well. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Good night.
That's still quite an instant goodbye. And Brazil, well, they find their first kill on the board, but they find safety as they are in the outside edge of the town. South Korea feel like they've been driving the whole game so far. They now enter in. They enter in on a dangerous player as Boostic finds the Kobe.
Yeah, Korea sitting in third place. One player down. They want to get Songjang back on his feet as soon as possible, but Boostic will send another nade over that ridgeline. Ukraine with 3 players up and 2 kills. They're trying to defend their borders now in the southern side of the city. There's so many teams trying to get in.
Yeah, Boosted playing well. He's done that hit and run.
When you consider the situation they find themselves in, you can see mortar strikes, nades, mollies, all being thrown as Ukraine's Hakatori will deal with Queen. That's 5 kills for them as they're starting their real climb on the final day of the game, final game of the day too.
Have to. You saw them go across that south side of Ohang.
This is the circle, though. This zone shift is going to be the one that really puts the cat amongst the pigeons when it comes to it. Like, is it going to go to Ohang, or is it going to back off and maybe go south or over towards the west? It's going to decide who wins this game, really, Marcus. Hakatori finds another on to Chris.
Surely south side. Surely.
Said donut.
Oh, says pure complete donut. So, yeah, Ukraine in the middle. Obviously, they have a neighbor, which is South Korea, which we know Boostic held off once. Now, Brazil have to work their way in. But does anyone even want to challenge Brazil?
See that they're closing towards... Oh, my word. What is just Tigger and Scappy deleting Neutral on their way in. Another one's going to fall at the hands of Defex. And Neutral, this could be that for you in this one. Oh, my God, that's a good knock.
That's a great knock, actually. And Beamy, again, trying to maximize what he can from this game. Neutral roll in. Levante cruises, and he cruises so calm, so quiet. He finds himself 2 kills, and Ukraine falling apart.
2 superstars left for Ukraine and Neutral, though. You've got Levante on one side, Boostic on the other. He's already pulled a rabbit out of the hat against Argentina. He's going to try and do it once more, but heaven will make sure it ain't going to happen. Ukraine eliminated. Thailand are going to take a big nade as well. It is all kicking off.
Thailand wanted nothing to do with Brazil. They run the other way, but they find the kills, though, as they make a climb in the last game. 7 kills already on Thailand, 7 kills for Ukraine, but they are out. Brazil, well, they're down bodies, but they have the opportunity to get the res because everybody runs away. In the road for him that he can't help out, but gives an opportunity. Payne steps up now. Looks for Team Germany. They've got to activate.
Yeah, big knock from Paynes, but I don't think Germany are getting aggressive enough. They're tossing a couple of stones, but they're not really doing anything after that good work. Paynes is still peeking, but Ares is on the other side. You've allowed China to regroup. You've caused yourself a little bit of trouble now. Paynes misses the opportunity the second time of asking for Spaceman, and you're really running out of lives here, Germany. And I think China are completely blissfully unaware. One steps over, he gets one. He's going to try flush it out, and he does. It's just him against Zhao Wu. Tosses the nade over the other side. He's in a battle here in the blue zone, and he's going to do it. Levante is just him.
He stood tall and he flexed out. James, you wanted to flex and take that with Levante. 4 kills. The blue zone, it forced him to play forward. South Korea have to step up and put him down, and that's the only way. What a play from Team Neutral. In the cover now, and he gets caught though. He can't get over, and Heaven puts him with a nade.
Oh, the two teams from Asia are taking it to the Brazilians. They want to make sure they've got a chance going into tomorrow. Korea send it in. S12K sparking falls, and Brazil are down to 1. Can BL hide? Can he stay? Or sorry, can Tony hide and stay out of the fight with these other teams just trying to delete them as quick as possible?
He's got to follow the blue in, but Tony, his back's up against the blue. We're going towards the dot here. Any more teams fall is going to be in the favor for Brazil, but for South Korea, a win has to be critical. A win has the opportunity to close down the gap, and Tony steps up. He doesn't get a connection, and the blue will claim Brazil.
Yeah, it doesn't give the point to Korea, but it opens it up now. There's still points on the board. Can the hometown heroes close the gap?
Shoot!
You've got to dance inside the smoke as Heather is just back to back with the Germans, as Kiss will get Heaven. The smokes are dissipating, Mark. We're going to the dots.
We're going to the dot. It felt like a breakdance battle in the middle at the moment. South Korea down to it too. Pains though putting a bandage on Kiss, and Tigger stepping up and stepping out, putting them down. We're going all the way into the dot. Tigger finds another one. It's a 1 versus 1 at the end. A famous versus the shotgun, but he misses. He's